Hey guys, and welcome to Urbanization's effect on bees. To start with, let's talk about the main senses that bees use to find their food. Bee eyes are composed of several thousand functional units called the ommatidia. Each of these contains its own lens and photoreceptors. The resolution of these eyes is about 100 times worse than ours, so the bee needs to be almost as close as a meter to detect a flower of around 26 centimeters in diameter. The really important thing about bees' sight is their ability to see ultraviolet light. This gives them an advantage when seeking nectar. Flowers have ultraviolet guides on them that help bees find the nectar much easier. Bees will also use their sight to locate landmarks to use when giving directions to other bees. Their sense of smell is also very important when it comes to finding food. The main olfactory organ of the bees is their antennae, and these contain about 48,000 olfactory neurons. They use their sense of smell to follow the concentration gradient of a flower scent. If there's no wind and the air is still, there should be a uniform gradient that increases smoothly as it approaches the flower. However, when the wind causes a change in the gradient, the bee will follow it the best it can, and then when it loses contact, they'll fly in a zigzag motion to try and locate the source. And of course, as said in the optimal foraging theory, bees will choose the food source that costs the least amount of energy. So this will be flowers that are closer and more obvious to find. Urbanization has greatly affected the lives of bees, but one of the biggest ways urbanization has affected them is through habitat destruction. The development of cities comes with buildings and roads that lead to fragmentation as well as destruction of the current habitat. These have been proposed as one of the most significant drivers contributing to bee species richness and abundance decline. Now, this could be because of needing to travel farther to reach a food source, or maybe the loss of a landmark used to help bees navigate. Another thing that urbanization causes is air pollution, which can cause the bees to have difficulty detecting the scent of a food source. Some potential long-term consequences of urbanization could include a further decrease in species diversity and population size, or on the other hand, it could lead to a greater adaptation to this new environment. However, in the Anthropocene world, urbanization specifically has been causing a significant decrease in the bee population. Bees are very sensitive when it comes to urbanization because they have such a specific diet. People tend to view them as a nuisance and kill them when they are simply trying to find a food source. Their ability to travel fairly long distances has kept them alive thus far, but I believe that this ability will not be sufficient to protect the population from extinction. While some species of bees have developed broader foraging preferences, some have simply died. Something that could develop is a better sense of smell to help them hone in on food sources, but this isn't something that we could control. The bee population in some areas has already decreased by almost half in the past 30 years. Without human intervention, the bee population will eventually become extinct. So people need to put more thought into these bees as they do play a vital role in the environment as pollinators.